Hey everyone, I just want to show you an exercise I do to work on my golf swing. So just to give you some background, I have a tendency to kind of shift off the ball like this, especially with the longer clubs in the bag. So that creates a lot of excess movement and I have trouble making solid contact sometimes, so I lose distance and accuracy. So I'm going to disappear for a second and come back. So I just have this Superflex band. It's looped around the door harness about waist high. I have a number 2 band here, but I usually use the number 6 band because gives you a little more resistance. I just don't have it here with me. So for filming purposes, I'm just going to do it with this green number 2 band. If you do it, definitely use the heavier band. I just loop it around my waist like this, so it's going that way towards my right, and it's looped around my left hip. And then from there I get into my golf posture and just practice a few takeaways like this. And what you'll feel is that if you have a tendency to shift, if the band is looped around your waist, you kind of have to do the opposite of what you're normally used to. So do this a few times, and then I go to the range and try to recreate that feeling. It's an exaggeration in the opposite direction, but what I find is when I'm exaggerating that feeling, I kind of end up somewhere in between, and that's usually correct, somewhere between what I was normally doing and what the exaggeration is, so you end up in between, and that's usually a correct or more correct than you were before. So yeah, I've been doing this a couple times a week. Another benefit to this, and I just thought of this now, is it's not so much a problem with better golfers, but a lot of higher handicappers, they'll have a tendency to take the club back too far on the inside, and that creates a lot of lifting and over the top move. So what this does is the band is more or less in line with your toe line, and you have to hinge the club up. So it improves your swing plane too, because if you're hitting the band, you're probably taking the club too far on the inside. So when you're, I just have a pitching wedge here. If you're missing the band, you probably have a pretty good swing plane. You're working on that too if you have that tendency to suck the club head too far to the inside, right off the ball. So try those out and let me know what you think.